Okay, so I want to do a review on one of my all-time favorite foundation. Yeah, I'm putting it out there. I think it's my all-time favorite. Before I start rambling, I want to show you what that foundation is. You can probably tell from the title up there, but yes, it is the Revlon Colorstay foundation. I have it in Golden Caramel, and I am an NC42. NC40, NC42. I know this is a relatively old foundation and this has been reviewed to death, but because I love it so much, I had to do my own review because it's just such an amazing product. I feel like people need to pick it up again. Excuse all the background noise if you hear any. The longevity of this foundation is outstanding. It's just the longest lasting foundation I have ever tried, and I have tried a lot of foundations. I haven't tried a lot of the more high-end foundations, but I do own a lot of drugstore foundations. I mean, see, it's weird in Australia because we don't really have drugstore foundations, because like Chanel and stuff you can find at the drugstore. If you're classing it by where you found it or where you've bought it, they're not really drugstore items. And Revlon is quite up there in terms of pricing in Australia. Revlon, this foundation in Australia retails for retails at $40 or 37 something. It would be $40 in American dollars also. So it's quite expensive in Australia, and I don't recommend you buy it from the retail stores at all. Like, go check out if you're from Australia, check out Cosmetics Plus or something like that. They'll sell it for $20, which is a lot more reasonable. But even then, how expensive is that compared to the $10, $13 that you pay in America, right? So the pricing is a little bit off for this, but if you find the right stores, like I recommend going on eBay and even having a look on there. In Australia, the shade that they go up to is Natural Tan, so I got this from Australia. This is the Revlon Colorstay in Natural Tan. So this is the darkest shade that they offer in Australia. How ridiculous is that? Like, especially since we have Indigenous Australians and like a whole load of different ethnicities. It's just really, it's racism. Just putting that out there, Revlon. The coverage is fantastic. You don't need any type of concealer with this, except maybe for your under eyes to brighten it up, but even your under eyes will cover it up, you know. So if you have dark circles, it'll cover that, but if you just want to brighten it with a lighter shade concealer, then go ahead and do that. But you don't need to add any extra coverage with this, because I have like really bad acne scars. Like I don't have acne, but I just have some scarring on my cheeks because, you know, I'm a popper, I'm a squeezer, but that leaves me with this horrendous scar. When I use this, it just covers it all up. That's also the way I kind of differentiate how long a certain type of foundation will last. Like, this will last me all day, and I can tell because towards the end of the day, the foundation is still on because I can't see my acne scarring. Whereas with other types of foundations, towards 5 p.m, 6, 7, it'll start to fade, and the scars I have on my cheeks will start to kind of show through. In thickness, it's similar to the Maybelline Superstay, but this is a lot creamier, I'd have to say. I just really, really love this because it's amazing. It's freaking awesome. I've gone swimming with this on, I'm not even kidding. And the good thing about this is, like, hold on, I'll show you. Once it sets, it doesn't react with the water. You know how some foundations, when they're water-based, they kind of start reacting with the water. So like if I put a bit of water, look, see that? It just came off. I think it's more oil-based, but it didn't. See that? Like, it's just not coming off. You need like actual soap and water to get it off. I've gone swimming with it, and you know, you might be like, you're crazy, who would go to the beach with foundation, a full face of foundation on? Yeah, I did that because my face was so bad. It was, I don't think you understand how bad my skin was at the time. The smell, disgusting. Hate the smell, absolutely hate the smell. Packaging, not the best. It could have come with like a pump, so that's a bit disappointing, but doesn't really bother me. It's not the end of the world because it doesn't have a pump. You can always transfer it or whatever. And I apply it with flat top kabuki brushes. You can even apply it with this. This is really nice, but I suggest you wet this and apply it. I highly recommend that you do not use this stippling foundation. Oh my god, what is going on with this wind? It's too flimsy. It won't buff it in well enough, and it'll just, yeah, because it's so thick, it'll just pull out the hairs, and it's just annoying. I've been there. I've done that, trust me. Don't go there. So I use this all day, every day, and it stays, and I don't think it's too heavy at all for me, personally. A lot of people do, so that's your own. You don't have to set this necessarily because it does give, because it is such a long-lasting foundation, and if you don't set it, it does give you a more dewy look, but if you do set it, it will mattify. The different ones I have all of these. So I have 2 combination oily formulas, and then I have 2 normal to dry skin. So normal to dry skin has this kind of clear cap. I have noticed that the normal to dry skin has kind of sparkle to it. A lot of people, I haven't heard a lot of people comment about that, but it does. Like, if you look at it in the light, you can see it. It's like this silvery type glitter. It's not as obvious as the Photoready, but I've only noticed it in the normal to dry. I guess it wants to give it more of like a healthy, dewy, moisturized appearance, whereas the combination oily skin are very matte. The color in one skin type is not the same as the other one. So this is natural tan in combination oily, and this is natural tan in normal to dry. So if you can see, they're very different. Also, the SPF is different. So in combination to oily, there's only SPF 6. Started again. And the normal to dry, it's only SPF 15. So that's that. And I think the lower down you go, like golden caramel, there's no SPF. So this is fine for taking photos. Like when I say I love this foundation, I mean I really do love this foundation. I have so many. As you can see, I've struggled with shades because we just don't have the second half of the color range. We just don't go that far here in showing, and it makes it really difficult for people who are like NC42 and darker. So yeah, so I hope you can see that. But this is natural tan in normal to dry, natural tan in combination to oily, and you can see that there's a difference there. This is golden caramel in combination oily, and this is my perfect shade. If you're an NC42, definitely check this out. And this is toasted in combination oily and toasted in natural tan. Okay, so I've just switched 2 more foundations. This is the Mineralized Satin Finish in NC42, and this is the Undercover ST07. That one there. So this is a perfect color match, and as you can see, it's quite similar to the golden caramel, and it's quite similar to the NC42 in Mineralized Satin Finish.
Time to realize it's right before my eyes, and I can take it if it's what I want to do. Then I am leaving, and this is starting to feel like it's right
so this is what the foundation looks like on me. Really nice and natural looking. Yeah. And I don't know, you can't really tell. It's not like cakey or anything, I think. As long as you add a bit of highlight, I think it reduces the cakiness of foundation, so yeah. What do you guys think? I don't think it looks too cakey at all or anything. It looks like, it doesn't feel heavy or anything like that. It feels really just, yeah. But I wear this every day, so and it hasn't broken me out by the way. But my skin's pretty good, so it has like no foundation has really broken me out. Yeah. Well guys, I hope that this review helped some of you with regards to this foundation, and if you have it, you know, do try it out again, and if you haven't picked it up, I suggest you do, because it's such an amazing foundation. And yeah, if you have any questions regarding this foundation, post them down below. Hope you enjoyed this, and let me know what you think. Thanks guys, bye.